Hey guys, Mariana Trench Creations here, and today we are reviewing the Claw Drill Gup-D. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with the crab. Now someone did actually request for me to do a crab collection, and that's why I hesitated to bring out every single crab I own, and just left it to this duplicate crab that released with Tune-Up and the Sea Snot Blob. It looks very orangey here on the camera, but it is more of a red in real life. They're exactly the same. They both have painted eyes, a mouth, texturing of little dots at the top, cute little crab arms and legs. I think it's quite nice that they did these. They're very cool. And they did bring out some other blue creatures that we could compare this to. Of course, I look forward to when I'm doing my entire creature collection video and I can show you guys an entire color gradient of all my creatures, because I've done it before, just not on camera, and it looks really cool. So look forward to that, guys, and please request to me in the comments below what you want me to review. So we've seen the crab now, let's go on to Barnacles here. Now the only reason why his helmet thing, the paint has been chipped off a lot, is because I used to put this helmet on him, more of a band than a helmet, that came with the Quasi and the undersea drill or something like that set, and on the inside of that helmet you can see all of this orange paint on it because it's rubbed off, because I used to put it on him because I thought it looked really cool like a diver. 2012, yes, this set did release in 2012, and this is a quite unique Barnacles. Hopefully you've seen my Barnacles collection video, I talk a bit about him there. It's got green in the middle and then orange at the top and the bottom. Other Barnacles is in green is this one. The green is very similar in the middle, although it is still different, I think. Yeah, I think it is still slightly different. And then the slime one, this is of course darker, but still really cool Barnacles. And this one more orange. Orange is similar with his feet, although still slightly different. Of course they never perfectly reuse paint everywhere, which is probably better. And I did bring out some other green characters, although this is very lime neon green. Let's get through the Quasis. This is my first Quasi I got, and these could be the same or similar. This feels a bit lighter to me in person. This one came with the Gup-T. This one came with the Gup-P or the slime eel set. I have two of these. I only brought one out here though. Peso, we've only got one Peso here. Pretty cool. And then Dashi, again one Dashi. This Dashi sort of goes with this Quasi with the grey they've got, which is quite nice. And Shellington, I feel like Shellington and Quasi have the best coloured suits. This is more of a blue, but still a bit of green in there. On the camera it looks very blue. I love this Shellington, I think it looks pretty cool. And I think that's the Barnacles done. We've looked through everything of him. So the helmet operates quite basically, sort of stuck in, and you just lift it up and push it back down to clip it in, and it stays like this. Now you can actually take it off. I don't think it's intended to be taken off, but if you're careful you can get it off. And the only reason I do actually take it off is because my other Gup-D's helmet is broken. I do have the piece that actually connects it there, I just couldn't find it for this review. It's somewhere. But thankfully this one is compatible, so you can put it on, which is great, and it works fine. But because this is this Gup-D's review, I'm going to keep it on this Gup-D, although I will show you the interior while we're here. It's got some nice buttons, it's got quite a lot of buttons there. Sorry, it's a bit dusty in here because I did actually have the helmet on the other Gup-D, as you saw. It's got a little anchor here, yeah, very dusty in there. Some more buttons like armrests as well, and the back of the seat. And this thing that the legs can go either side of. The problem with this is I hate this design because the characters just don't stay, or for me anyway. You can sort of put it here, but I mean if you look he's barely on the seat, which I don't really like. I mean he will sort of stay there unless you shake him out, but I'd prefer if the seat was back here and maybe this thing extended a bit more, because I don't think it looks right having sitting too far up the front, but maybe that's just me. In here the deep sea suit Barnacle sits right at the back and he fits perfectly, which is why I really like that one. Somehow this one's also a bit dirty in here. Maybe it's because it's yellow, you can see the dirt more, but they are fairly similar. the sides seem the exact same, the armrest bits. So do the controls, so just not this bit in here and these two dots instead. So they sort of reused it. The shape of these two, I'd say they are similar shaped, although this seems a bit more rounded. I don't know if you can kind of tell on the camera, this one seems a bit longer and it extends a bit further backwards that way. Both of these have moving fins. I'll show you why in a second, you probably know. But the eyes are fairly similar, mine are a bit scuffed up. The mouths as well are fairly similar, just slightly different there. The undersides are of course different because of the legs. They still have these two little bits sticking out. And this one doesn't have wheels because it's got legs. I mean, you wouldn't really want it to roll when you've got legs. The legs don't move, they're sort of in place. It does stand very well though, it's not going to fall over. The Gup just reminds me of the Fiddler Crabs episode, which I'd say is one of the scariest episodes. I used to just not watch it a lot because I was really terrified of this maniac Gup-D. But I was hoping to do a top 5 scariest episodes video, and I'd probably put the Fiddler Crabs and the Long Arm Squid in there because that one was also fairly scary. Season 2 was quite action-packed, I'd say, with those 2 episodes as well, along with many others. Got the bolts around here, this thing, which I still don't understand what it's for. I think it must be for this thing to push air through something. The legs are sort of textured for some reason, I don't know why, but the arms, the crab arm you can move all the way around, you just need to make sure you get it past the leg, which is fine, and you can, it's sort of rubbery so you can close the claw shut, and you can spin it all the way around, which is nice. The drill, however, which is a bit weird, won't go any higher than this position. You can't push it. I'm guessing that's only mine. No, I'm guessing that's on all of them, sorry, because it doesn't feel like something that would just be on mine. And you can't put it lower than this. I'm not sure why. You can move one all the way around and you can't move the other. It's a bit weird. My crab arm is also a bit looser, I'd say. But that's fine. The drill you can spin all the way around and you can kind of move it in and out. Don't know why you would, but spins quite well. You can put the helmet back on. And about the mouth, you can put a lot of stuff in there. I tried the Gup-F parts, you can't actually put them in. But the net from this set, mine's a bit loose in here actually. It doesn't fit for some reason, but it fits very well in here, which works. You can sort of bend it around. And I'll put some others in there from the Gup-A sets. We've got here the claw. I mean, I don't know why you'd have a claw coming out of the Gup-D because you've got the arms. And then here's a net. The net fits quite well. You can't put it sideways, but you can put it upside down if you want. If we compare this Gup-D to this Gup-D, which came with the magazines, I really love this Gup-D, although I have broken it a bit. It was a bit fragile with these arms, because basically you'd push this and the arms were supposed to claw. But even this side, even though the claw's in there, it doesn't, the function of it doesn't work. It's supposed to be like that, and then, but yeah, you get the idea. You can put Quasi in there. I'm pretty sure it came with Quasi maybe, or maybe it was Barnacles, but yeah, I think it's quite cool. And you've got the 6 legs as well. So yeah, fairly similar, although this one's smaller. And then Gup Speeders, I don't actually have the mission ready Gup Speeders Gup-D, which is the one that came with Shellington in the Gup-D and the 3 shells that you could snap on. That's one of the only Gup Speeders I don't have, but I have all the others here. Of course, I'll probably compare these more to this Gup-D in its own review. But the Peso one here is the most similar because it's got the actual claws, and it does kind of work, which is cool. But I think that is probably it for this review. I'll just tell you again, yeah, that was 2012, and this one was 2010. So, only 2 years between them. Now, if I were to give this set a rating, I'd probably give it a 7. I mean, it is pretty cool because the Gup-D is like this in the show. It's fairly accurate, and they give you both drill and claw, not just one, because with this Gup Speeder you've got 2 claws, and with the mission ready snap-on shell you've got 2 drills. So it is pretty cool. I mean, sometimes it's nice to have 2 of the same because it looks more real like the show, but I think this is fine. And 7, yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, the fin at the back just pushes air through. I think there's a hole in here for the air, and here it comes out as well. I think the first few Gups were intended for water play, but I'm not going to do that because I don't really want to damage the plastic any more than it has been damaged. But thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Tell me what you think of this set, if you have it, if it's your favourite, and please request for me to do any other Gups, because as I think I said, I've already done the Gup-K, the Gup-U now, and this one, and there are so many sets. All you have to do is look at my channel banner, see which one you like the most, and let me know. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!